Peace, love, think fast. Just a reminder, man. My fact happen now, but that becoming your authentic self could sometimes feel uncomfortable, or you may catch a feeling of uncomfortableness, but it's more from your ego becoming uncomfortable with, you becoming your greatest version. Your ego is not only trying to make you die without remembering who you truly are, but it's not trying to, it don't want you to move to that spiritual level, you know what I'm saying? It don't want you to be your authentic self. So when you move into being your authentic self, sometimes this may feel like a little like, am I really, should I really spend money like this without worrying about it? Or should I, you know what I'm saying? You catch them little feelings of, but that's your ego. That's your oldest, the old version of yourself, that lower nature, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't know how things work as far as spiritually, in which in some essence do know, but just don't want to be a part of it, you know what I'm saying? But, you may just be scaring your ego, because I remember at some points in my growth where I'm like, damn, I'm moving super intuitively. Like basically, like how I always explain, like I'm getting out of my, I still use my logic, but I move more into my intuitive flow of things. But like as I was getting more into intuitive flow, I got a little spooked, for a second. I'm like, damn, I'm just not analyzing anything, you know what I'm saying? But I realized in that moment quickly, source came in and reinforced like, nah, don't be scared or spooked or nothing. That's just your ego being scared of of losing his identity, you know what I'm saying? So that's where that little I wonder what's going on feeling come from is just your ego like, wait, hold on, man, I thought we used to use the logic in the brain all the time, be what happened. It's like the ego just wondering what happened, but don't trip, don't think it's something wrong, because that's another thing too. If you know you are moving towards being your authentic self, then just know that that may be your ego just kind of tripping out, and being your authentic self is moving with your heart. So definitely when you're moving with your heart, soul desires, everything that deals with that feeling, that true deep emotion, it don't come from no brain, that come from your heart, you know what I'm saying? So if you moving into that, if anything trying to like feeling uncomfortable about you moving into that, that's 9 times out of 10 that's gonna be your ego. Your ego is scared of that. Your ego is always constantly trying to make sure it's alive by doing things that'll separate you from spirit, or doing things that'll help separate itself from everybody else, whatever the case may be. You know, because of course, and there's a thin line between that, the ego trying to separate itself from people, but as an individual, say for instance, even though we all are one with source, we all are one vibration in essence, we do have like an individual vibrational signature. Matter of fact, even an individual vibrational metabolism, as far as like with health and foods of this nature, you know what I'm saying? But matter of fact, I get in another video about that, but it's just your ego getting spooked about your move, your growth. You're growing into becoming your greatest version, and your ego is like, wait, no, wait, hold on, stay back here with me, oh no, don't grow, you know what I'm saying? Stay sitting in the back of the class and let's clown all day and fail all our spiritual classes, you know? like that person at school, they're like, oh man, no, man, don't do good, don't leave the hood, don't you know what I'm saying? Don't vibrate higher. Think about all the fun we had in these lower vibrations. Like, nah, my virgin. Nah, ego. But I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to separate. But that's all it is. As you're becoming on your, becoming your greatest version, on your journey, on your spiritual growth, you'll come across that feeling. Cause I know with me, it's like, man, like, bro, I'm moving with no analytics, and I'm like, getting a little like, am I really, and that's the thing too, though, you gotta realize when you're in your affirmations asking for, strength and intuition, and you're asking for insight, when you're asking for truth, then that's what source start giving to you. So at some point, you always go in the opposite direction that so it's giving you what you want, but because you're so used to being in your brain and making decisions, you make decisions that take you away from where source bringing you, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, like when you getting into your intuition, into asking and knowing, like affirmations, like I am truth, I am wisdom, I only experience truth, I only talk to true beings. My intuition is very strong. When you're doing things like this, then that flows into your experience to a point where you don't have to question everything. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you still be on the swivel because just checking things out. But for the most part, if you continue to ask for truth, you continue to ask for a strong intuition, you can start to trust in it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to overanalyze and wondering if you should trust it, when you've been asking for that, for that intuitional strength and for that trust. You know what I'm saying? So always, remember that. 'Cause that's like with me on my growth is like where I was getting into this, and it's like, and something just feel and it's like, no, that's just the old logic of my brain, old left side, which is not really no left and right side. I always explain, you can see your whole brain is the right side. I mean, it's the left side, and your heart is the right side. Because if you're laying down sideways, and that's why the Egyptians took out the brain again, because your whole brain could be seen as the left brain, and the heart is the right brain in essence. Because the heart is where that compassion, where that emotion move faster than thought. You know what I'm saying? When somebody tell you somebody transition in your family, you don't have to think about that sorrow. It hits like this. Emotions move quantumly, you know what I'm saying, very quickly because it's moving from a spirit realm. Your heart is what tie you to your soul in essence. Your brain is just a tool for you to use in this physical body. Like taming a dragon, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a useful tool, but if you don't tame your dragon, then your dragon gonna start shooting fire at you. Same analogy, same thing. Even though they use the dragon in as symbolism and as metaphors for the lower nature of a male, that's why he had to slay his dragon. He had to keep that lower nature down before he could have the king's princess. You know what I'm saying? He had to, like, hey boy, calm that sexual nature down. But that was the personification of slaying the dragon in some of those old stories. But you could also see your brain and your physical ego is like a dragon where, you could tame it or it'll kill you, it'll kill your spirit, you know what I'm saying? Kill itself in the process in essence, you know. But that's basically it, just know that as you're becoming your authentic self, your true self, that may make the ego like, wait, hold on, what's going on? So if you're feeling like uncomfortable, like you're moving into being your true self and you're feeling uncomfortable, in most cases that could be, the ego, like I'm uncomfortable with this move, you know what I'm saying? You could feel it. But that's basically it. Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. Not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Right now. Oh, man.
Now I was going to tell you